real quick before I get into what happens in this boss fight, let me explain something. You see that little meter in the corner that says data and it has like different numbers on it? Yeah, that is the data meter for this boss fight. Because the gimmick of this boss fight is that Vexen has a circle that comes around and stays on you. If that circle stays on you, then he can bring out Anti-Sora, and Anti-Sora is a bitch to deal with. But thank God in this playthrough he like barely showed up because I was too busy whooping Vexen's ass for him to like show up a lot. Anyways, starting off the fight, Vexen starts off by putting you in his ice prison. There is a way to get out of this, however, I don't know the way to do it. I did think like a simple dodge roll would do it, but no. Anyways, I start to wail on Vexen's shield a bit. Let me just say, anytime I do this boss fight, I really don't care about the data thing. I really just try to keep it at number 1, but because if he gets to any higher numbers, then you're like kind of fucked. But yeah, most of this boss fight is just me wailing on Vexen until he gets his sword back, or until he puts in his revenge value, or he just throws these icicle circles at me. Now, I know the way to go for this fight is really just like fire, hit, go, burr. Yeah, that's really just the main strategy of this fight, but no. I didn't really want to just go in with the fight just using fire the whole time, because I kind of saw that as cheap. Anyways, he locks you in his ice circle from the beginning again, like multiple times during the fight. Although since my fight with him was only like a minute and 40 seconds long, it really didn't matter because he only did it like one other time and that was about it. And now this is where a familiar face rears its ugly head. Oh, yeah, pretty much I got carried by Anti-Form again in this Absent Silhouette fight. Now this is not gonna be a recurring thing in these Absent Silhouette fights, let me just remind you right now, because, like, anytime this happens to me for out of Absent Silhouette fight, I'm automatically just, like, gonna restart the fight automatically, because using Anti-Form just to win a fight kind of feels, like, cheap in my opinion, especially since it's happened 2 times in a row. So, from this point, after this boss fight, anytime I turn into Anti-Form, I was in the game, and closing out of Kingdom Hearts 2, and then loading back so I can restart the boss fight. That seems kind of fair to me, since, like, 2 times in one boss fight, not one boss fight, in 2 boss fights, Anti-Form has carried me to the finish line. That being said, the rest of the fight is easy since, like, I use Anti-Form to kind of carry me to my way to the finish line of the boss fight. So the rest of the fight is really just easy, and like the only interesting thing that really happened here is just nothing. Yeah, just nothing. And yeah, it's kind of sad to end this boss fight on that note, but we finally defeated the chilly academic of the organization.